we could not do this without great adults in their lives. And again, the support system as parents, as grandparents, but also as educators. And again, thank all you guys for doing that. The big thing that we have to do now is continue to believe, continue to work with these guys, and a wonderful person that does that for us in the baseball program is our head coach, Scott Brown. Coach, can you come up?
Thanks everyone for coming. This is a day that never gets old for me. The one thing that, as I was putting stuff together a couple weeks ago for open house, I started realizing that I was putting some sheets together that this marks 168 kids for me that I've sent out to college in my 28 years. And I will tell you this, that's one of the things that I'm most proud of, and it's also the one thing that really never gets old, is seeing the joy on their face when they tell me that they've made a commitment, that they're ready to sign, and then today when they sign, and also the joy on the parents' face as well too, because that is a big day for the whole entire family. And for parents and for players, know that your parents had a big part in it, and know that the reason you're here today is because of what they've done for you. They put you in positions to allow you to do the thing that you love the most, play baseball. All the times that you've been suffering for them over the last couple of years of trying to figure out exactly how this recruiting process is going to go. Are they going to get what they want? You know, are they going to be happy there? This is my first kid that's going to college. I'm really nervous. I'm really scared. All the times that you've taken them to practices, all the times you've taken them to games, all the uniforms that you've watched, this is sort of the culmination that their dream is going to be going on. And that, and I know for you, the excitement that you have for them is just unbelievable. And for some of you, you've had another son that has gone on and played, or a daughter that's gone and done something, and it doesn't get old for you either. But just know that you're a huge part of this, and you guys can really cherish in this and really relish in this as well with them, because you are as much a part as they have. You know, and it doesn't come because, for them, it doesn't come because of all the stuff you push them to. It's because they wanted to do it. You've just given them the opportunities to do that. So thank you for that. Thank you for all you are for Vianney Baseball. Thank you for you guys. I know that we have 6 today. I know that before the season's over with, we will have more, because there are several other of our guys that will be in the shoes that these guys are in right now. It just didn't quite happen as fast as with these guys. But what we have today is we have 6 of them. And some of these guys were a big part 2 years ago of our state championship team. Some of these people were, all the people were huge parts of last year's success that we had. You know, and I know that they're going to be huge parts of this year's success as well too. And I know that they have big goals and aspirations as far as what they want to do. But they also know that, you know, right now, all the work that they put in right now up to this point, okay, only continues and only grows from here, because this isn't an ending of where they want to go. This is just a beginning, because now what they'll understand is that the hard work really begins. Because all the stuff you put up to now, understand that it really magnifies once you go there, and they really expect a lot. So they're in a good spot for that. They have good work ethics, and that's why they are where they're at. Our first guy signing today is Sam Altabella. And Sam is an infielder for us, and he is going to be an infielder at the University of Illinois Springfield. He actually came up halfway through. He was actually injured as a sophomore at the beginning, came up halfway through, was a big part of our team that year as well, huge part of our team last year, and he will continue to do things this year, mainly on the infield, a little bit on the mound as well too. Signing with the University of Illinois Springfield, Sam Altabella. Our next one signed is Nathan Beaton, and Nathan was one is mainly a right-hand pitcher. I know that's what he'll be going to Maryville University for, but he's also a hitter for us as well too. And it's, one of the things with him is that he came up last year, and it's one of those guys that really has not been on the mound for a really long period of time. Start pitching really a lot as a sophomore, but still it was sort of hitting the water with it and stuff, and it wasn't really far into it. Really blossomed over the winter last year, came on and had an unbelievable year. He was the MCC Pitcher of the Year, was an All-State player for us as well too, first team, and first team All-Metro for the Post-Dispatch. Was second in school history as far as single season ERA with a .57 ERA, which is absolutely positively phenomenal. I think he gave up, if I remember right, from my memory, I think he gave up 4 earned runs all year long. And I think it was only 11 runs total that he gave up. So absolutely remarkable junior year. We are expecting big things. I know that Coach Evers, who was out at Maryville University, that actually played for me when I was years ago, is super excited to have Nathan join him. But signed with Maryville University, Nathan Beaton. Signed next is an infielder, Andrew Bisher. And Andrew was one that I knew as a young guy here, like all of them, that had some big things coming. You know, had a chance as a sophomore to come up. Unfortunately for him, we just had a lot of good players in the positions that he played, and so it was one of those things where really at the time it was best for him to just get a lot of time at the sophomore level. But I knew what he was doing at the sophomore level, and last year when he stepped up with us and had the year that he had, it was no surprise to me. May have been a surprise to other people around school, but it definitely was not a surprise to me. He is one that will be one of our leaders on the team this year. He plays a lot of positions on the infield, and I know with Quincy, that's what he's going to be doing as well. He joins a long list of Vianney alums that have gone up to Quincy and played. Some of the ones most recently actually were some of the leaders that took them to the College World Series for Division II, and I think Andrew will step in the shoes that they've graduated and sort of help them along the way and hopefully get them to the College World Series like they did. But I know that his big goal right now is to get us back to the Final Four next year. An infielder with Quincy University, Andrew Fisher. Our next is CJ Sapicki, and CJ is one that has actually been with us ever since he was a freshman and stepped foot. He is just a super athletic person that has extremely good baseball skills. And it's funny is that as a freshman, I and the other coaches knew exactly what he was capable of. Unfortunately for him, he just really wasn't quite ready mentally. He was so nervous out there all the time, was always trying to do more than he had to do, and put so much pressure on himself that he really didn't show people what he could do as a freshman. Once he started relaxing as a sophomore, he just simply took off and has been going ever since. He had 44 hits as a sophomore for us, was one of our team leaders. Last year, he had over 40 hits again. The biggest thing that he grew with last year was all along growing up, he was more of an infielder, mainly a shortstop. And we moved him to center field because we saw what he could do out there and really felt that once he moved on to the next level, that was probably going to be the best position for him. And last year, he really grew as an outfielder, and the amount of ground that he can cover out there, the jumps that he gets is incredible. And I know that I've talked just recently with Coach Beazer and the rest of the University of Missouri staff, and they are super excited about the possibility of what he can do up there for them right away. Signing as an outfielder with University of Missouri, CJ. Next one is Matthew Kaiser. Matthew is one that I can remember as a freshman coming in here and getting in the weight room for us, and just this tall, gangly kid who really didn't know how to control his own body. And the amount of work that Matthew has put in is a true testament to him and what type of desire he has to want to play baseball at the next level. He has grown as a person, both academically and also athletically, and as a pitcher, and last year was just a strike throwing machine for us out there. He is one that will have a much bigger role for us this year. He is one that just goes out there and is steady, stays within himself all the time, and just has success. Academically, he is off the charts, and he is extremely good. Academically, wants to be an engineer. As he started looking at schools, you know, and it's rightfully so. A lot of people, as they look at them, they start looking at the baseball part. The first thing Matthew did when he started looking at schools was he started looking at the engineering schools. And he knew that's what he wanted to do, that's what he wanted to major in, and then how could baseball fit in there as well too. He is one that we've had a few guys that have gone down to Missouri S&T and have done very well, both academically and athletically for them. And I have a feeling that Matthew will be right there with them and have good things. I think he has a lot of growth still to go as he continues to develop his body. I mean, I see him every morning in the weight room right now and has just really blossomed there. And I know he's going to blossom even more on him out. Signed with Missouri S&T University, Matthew Kaiser. Our last one signed today is Devin Ward, and Devin came into school here, and I knew, you know, we came in, he started on football as a freshman. He sort of knew all he had, what he could do in football, but I also had heard a lot of things in baseball, and so I was extremely excited to see what he could do in baseball. And ever since he started playing here, I knew what kind of talent he had. As a sophomore, he comes up with us, and was one of the big spark plugs that we had to get our offensive going as a sophomore. Continued that last year. One of the things that really slowed him last year, though, was his back was bothering him all year long, and I know it really kept him from what he was able to do. You could just see that in that he was trying to fight through it all the time. Over the summer, he started finally getting healthy and just blossomed and started growing. He had a great tournament down in Atlanta at the Perfect Game national tournament that they have down there, and really that's when people start seeing things that we've seen from him here. And not that they hadn't seen things already, but even more schools start seeing things. In particular, Marshall University, who we had a player that went there from 2012, Aaron Bossy, who actually I believe saw him play a little bit as well too down there, who was helping out at the time. And he is one that, you know, I'm excited, and I told them at Marshall that I'm super excited to see how much he grows. You know, as much as he loves football, he sort of made a commitment this year that, you know, with signing with Marshall, that he wanted to really put some more time and effort into baseball. I've told them I think that he will only get better and better as he starts putting more time into baseball full time, and that he has people that work with him all year long. And I'm super excited to see how that actually helps us out this year, because he did great for us last year, even though he was injured. Healthy this year, and expect the big things from him again. As an outfielder, signed with Marshall University, Devin Ward. Again, thank you very much, everybody, for being here. You know, you guys that are here supporting, I know that they love it when you come out there, and we've got some people that are teammates for them, but also a bunch of the rowdies that come out to the stands, out to the games as well to watch and cheer them on. Hope that you guys keep that up this year as well too. It is going to be a really fun year, but obviously they know that there's a lot of work ahead of them as well too to get back to what they really want to do, and that is to get back to a Final Four again. And they know that nothing comes easy, nothing's guaranteed, but I know that they're going to put the work into it. One more time, congratulations for these guys.